Hey everybody, JJ here. Welcome back for another Saturday of Zoom networking. Today we got another fantastic speaker on with us today. None other than my good friend Joel Almosara. Joel, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic, brother. So your topic today is communication and connecting with others. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So we'll get right into it, but give the folks a little background on yourself and who you are and the fantastic person I know you to be and love you for, and take it away, brother. It's all you.
Good afternoon, everyone. And I know most of you, and some of you are new, so I'd like to introduce myself. Like Zach, I retired in the military last year, and I started as enlisted, like Zach, and retired as an officer. And I enjoyed every single year that we've been. I moved 19 times, so I know real estate very well, knowing what to get and what not to get. So, and I'm also a John Maxwell coach and trainer and speaker, and focusing right now with real estate as well. And the goal for me is to help people. That is the bottom line. That is my big why, is to help people. So Jay, that's why I'm here, trying to help. And anything I can do to support, I will be here for you. So today, like JJ mentioned, we are going to talk a little bit about connecting. This is all about knowing what communication is all about. Very important topic, especially for most of us real estate investors. And I also heard that we have social worker and Annette is there. How are you? Dietitian. So glad to see what's everybody's doing and adding this amazing opportunity, which is real estate investing. So let me play a little clip here before I start.
All right, does everybody understand your appointed tasks?
Dan, I'm very concerned about scope creep. When did this third floor become a thing?
Come on, multi-story projects are where it's at. Who wants a first floor apartment anyway? People should be able to see this thing from miles around.
Not according to the original plan. And will there be vehicle access around this side of the structure?
Sarah,
Yes, sir.
we haven't heard from you yet. Do we have enough supplies for
6 floors.
Well, I don't want to get in between.
Technically, yes. We have enough room for...
6 floors it is.
But how does engineering feel about this?
We haven't gotten the numbers back from them yet.
Ian, I understand your enthusiasm, and I certainly do appreciate it. But, well, Christine and Sarah, they have their finger on the pulse of the project. The original plans call for a 2-story structure, and we're going to stick with a 2. What? What are you doing?
Good luck creating your stupid project without my buckets, Dan.
Don't be that kid.
Wow.
Contact me today and I'll help your team learn how to play nice in the sandbox.
One thing that they didn't put in there is that what I'm talking about today is the importance of everyone communicates, but few connect. Today I'll be talking to you a chapter in the book that I mastermind on the John Maxwell. Everyone communicates, but few connect, and it is very important that we as real estate investors are aware of what connecting and communication is all about. And today I'd like to talk to you on connecting is all about others. So JJ, thank you so much again that you got me in talking with the team, with the group, family that are very, very interested in learning real estate and at the same time other important information that we need as real estate investors. It says that when you connect with others, you position yourself to make the most of your skills and talents. I think that's really important. Just like what JJ is doing right now, we are connecting with each other. You all have different experiences and you all have different, real estate is just part of that. But what's really important is who you are. You know, some of us are here for a while, and some of us are very new in this group. But it is very important that connecting is what we need to understand the importance of that. And I'm going to tell you that connecting is all about others. So I want to tell you a little story about somebody that when he was a young officer, he was so about himself. You know, he was self-focused. Everything was a rush. When he talks to people, he's really not focusing on others. And especially in the military, Zach would attest to that. Every minute, you know, it's important. So if you don't have a quick question or answer, you're gone. You know, you're already past the time, and that's really something that person did. When that person spoke to the team, it's all about focusing on himself, and whenever there is something that's going on, he sounds like so impressive. But that person is none other me. When I was a young officer, it's all about me. It's all about knowing what it is that I can do for me. Talking about mindset really starts with your thoughts, right? When you have your thoughts, talking about yourself, and the mindset that you have starts with a thought, and that thought becomes a burning desire and becomes your feelings, and that feelings causes that action, and that action produces a result, and that result makes you a better person or not. And so today I'd like to talk to you about connecting is all about others. So there are some questions that sometimes I ask myself, or have you asked yourself this? Why aren't people listening to me? You know, why aren't people listening to me? And why aren't people helping me? And why aren't people following me? You know, I thought of this when I first joined the Fortune Builder, right? Why are they not listening to me? I need help. And why aren't people helping me? You know, and why aren't people following me? And so, what is the problem with that question? What is the problem with these questions? See, it is a self-centered on me, because my focus was on me. I need to learn. I need this. I need help, but no one's listening. And the interest is always on you, how you become successful, how you can get a deal, how can you get somebody to give you money, right? And so it's all about you. It's all about me. Self-centeredness teaches me that opportunities sometimes get lost, or most of the time gets lost, when the topic of conversation is about me. You know, when I was a young officer, I was so absorbed about impressing people that I failed to connect with people. Yeah, I think some of you who have been in the military, as you all know, it's so competitive in the military. Getting promotion is very hard. You have to walk on water so that you can promote yourself, and so to impress your supervisors, to impress your superiors. But that's not the right way to connect with people. And that's something that I learned very quickly when I was in the military. I'm very much impressed with JJ. The networking that JJ has stood up. I know it started with few of us, and now it's about 1,500 people in the network. And this network, I don't know, you will agree with me that you are learning a lot from this network. JJ has opened up this opportunity for all of us to gain knowledge from each and everyone. Whether you're new in this system, whether you've been here for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, it doesn't matter, because everyone has specialty. You have a special niche that you can take on and use it in your industry, in real estate industry. So I'm very appreciative of JJ setting this up, and it's now becoming to be a full-blown networking, educational system that everyone benefits from. So my question to you is, when did you experience a light bulb moment that shifted you from a communicator and a connector? I know for myself, meeting different military officers, meeting different enlisted and officers, has given me that shift in my mind on what and how to communicate, and to communicate well. So people will follow you and listen to you and to connect with you wholeheartedly. I also learned from I attended a lot of personal development seminars. I attended a lot of training. In the military, it seems like every time there's a new thing, you attend a training, you develop yourself, you train yourself, you become somebody that they want you to become. And then reading books on leadership and communication, a lot of motivational books that really help you. Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki. That's my first book that I read on being entrepreneur. And in the military, it's hard to become an entrepreneur. And I was so happy to see that Zach, even though he's on active duty, he's using that opportunity to his benefit. And good on you, Zach. Good job. And so Zig Ziglar said that if you first help people get what they want, that they will help you get what you want. How true is that? Do you guys believe in that? And so, and he also added, if people like you, they will listen to you. But if they trust you, they'll do business with you. So that's the main thrust of this. It's not only that they will listen to you, the other thing is they would trust you, because that's where the business starts. When they trusted you, you don't need to sell anymore, because they trust you and they know that what you're going to give them is the topmost and the best, and because you cared for them and they trust you. So why is this counterintuitive for your business, right? In real estate, we always tend to keep the deals for ourselves. But what I've experienced lately, like I heard so many of you, is that the more you share with others, the more return you get. Annette said, I called our colleagues, and they just openly help and very much offering their help. Marisol, helping people to get ahead and to make sure that they can get the answer that they needed. And so it is. And so if you have a lot of people in this business, you don't have to sell yourself, because referrals are very much, if you have a lot of referrals, that's the key. That's the king. I just got my real estate license early part of this year, and there's a lot of referrals that's going on, and you get more deals because you are referred to by your colleagues. And that's another area that I quickly learned, the sphere of influence, right? Connecting with people. When you have to do something in order for you to do your business, you have to be intentional. Your mindset has to be intentional. You need to know, you have to write down the people that you know, just like what JJ was teaching us. Use all the assets that's out there. It's free. Use it so that people can see you, so people can communicate with you, and so that they can, in turn, you can provide service to them. So that's the very important keys, that you are known by the people around you. You will be known by people that are in the same business as you. So connecting is never about me. It's about the person with whom I'm communicating, right? So that's like we talk about, you heard the acronym FORD, right? So FORD, family, occupation, recreation, and dream. So before you can talk to somebody, you just can't talk to them and say, hey, you want to buy, I want your deal. Yeah, what do you think is going to happen if you do that? Hey, I want your deal. Yeah. Most of the time they'll just say, oh, forget it. But as in communication, you have to develop that trust, right? That's why you talk to them about family. That's why you do a little research and know a little bit of that person and their occupation, and if you have any similarities, recreation and dreams, that's how you can connect with them. And that's where business starts. When you start connecting with them, it's not always you get the deal today. It takes a while. It takes a whole lot of talking and connecting and communicating before you actually get a deal. So that's it's all about, as long as you talk about connecting based on the people that you're talking to, that's gonna make you even better. So be intentional to change your focus and determination to follow through. So that's how connecting will take place. Is when you change your mind that you will focus on them, and then determine and your effort to follow up, because connecting is not easy. It's very hard. It takes a lot of time, effort. JJ can attest to that. He is on it every day, every second, every minute. And you can see the website that he's got, the Facebook, the comments and the responses. He is on it because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of effort, but the payback is amazing. Once you get through that, the payback is amazing. So if you want to connect with others, you have to get over yourself. It's not all about you. It's all about them. As real estate investors, we are not in the real estate business service. We're not in the real estate business serving people. We are in people business providing real estate service. So if you think about that, we as investors, we are not here selling real estate. We really are working with people. That's our business. Our business is people. When the people trust in you, when the people learn who you are and know who you are, the service is just automatic. It glues to you. It comes to you. Now you're no longer selling yourself. It's just like, Sinek's story about the apple, right? The way they construct the advertisement for apples, it's not. They're no longer selling because people are the one attracted to that whatever the Apple is doing, right? They get so excited. So iPhone 12, iPhone 13 is already lying 100 yards away trying to get all those phones. And mind you, they're very expensive too, but people don't really care. It's because of the quality and the way they manage their communication setup. So why don't people connect? Why do you think people miss this? Why do you think people do not connect with other, when they want to? So John Maxwell gave 4 reasons. I'm going to enumerate that with you. And the first one is immaturity. So just like I said, when I was young, when I was a young officer, I always tried to impress everyone. And I also knew friends that it's always me. At the end of the day, no one's following them. No one even wants to sit beside them. They stay away with them. And so those are the things that I learned as a young officer. When nobody wants to sit with you, you're not doing right. So too many goals are for myself, success, promotion. It's all about me, how to get ahead of my peers. It's not a good setup for communicating and connecting with others. So maturity is the ability to see and act on behalf of others. So when I turn out to become a little mature officer, I learned how to that what I'm doing previously has not been a good business practice, if you may. I do not communicate well. I do not connect well because I never really look at the people that I'm working with as the person that's important, and so especially this during this season last year, COVID was very much in full strength. It is very important for us to really practice good communication skills and really look into how important others are. In this era of service centered economy, we need to, if we don't see things from someone else's view, it will hurt us. So most of us want to feel important. However, to become successful, we need to control our natural tendency to be selfish attitude. I think that's what it is. So sometimes we tend to become selfish. It's sometimes you tend to even though you're not really trying to do it, but because of our natural behavior, it tend to become it's mine, it's me, it's I. So our natural tendency of selfish attitude, if you change that, it's really very difficult. It will take focus and determination to change our mind, but it can be done. It can be done. Again, like I said, it's thoughts and ideas starts with your mind, and when you have that burning desire to change that attitude, the action will follow because of that feeling and that frequency of becoming a better communicator. Then the outcome or the result will be a positive one. So that's something that it can be done, but we have to do, and we have to be intentional about it. And once it's done, as a mature people, as mature individual, and who are focused on giving importance to others, and who are focused on others, are capable truly connecting with others. And then the second one that he said was ego. I think we all know that. I have a commander that really high egocentric, and the first day that he commanded, he gave us his expectation, and then he talked about himself, so full of himself, right? And so then, and he told us, you're not allowed to go in the bars or the restricted area and this and that. Zach would know that one. And then immediately the next morning, he came back with a black eye. And come to find out, he got into a brawl in the bar outside the gate. And so I was like, there you go. Where's the no more communication there? It just ruined his communication skills there. So, and the next one is failure to value everyone. I heard some of you talk about you want to add value to others. I think that is a very important aspect of communication. To succeed in life, we must learn to work with and through others. And to add value to others, one must first value others. So I'm going back to JJ's network. I know JJ values a lot of you, a lot of us. And by adding value to others, this networking has stood up very strong. And a lot of information in here that you're getting and very, very useful for our business, and not only our business, our day-to-day life cycle. You can use a lot of what we're talking about here in your personal life, not only in your business. And another thing that really attracted my focus with this network is that JJ is so amazingly looking for somebody that can really truly add value to us, speakers and topics and all sorts of things that he does for us. Facebook, how to do it in Facebook. I know JJ taught me how to do it in Facebook. I still am lost with it. So I still have to call him and get his help to get me going. But it is adding value to others that will help us keep our business moving forward. Again, to be successful in real estate, you must always and consistently put your clients' best interests first. When you do that, your personal needs will be realized beyond your greatest expectation. And that's what Anthony Hitt said in his real estate profession. So looking at every other aspect, whether it be in real estate, whether you be a teacher, whether it be a police officer, you'll be in the military, if you consider others first, you will be successful in whatever endeavor you're going through or you're going to be doing. So what needs to change in you? So you don't need to answer that, but you can jot it down and reflect on it. What do you think needs to change in you to become a better communicator, a better connecting with everybody, with people? So the fourth one is insecurity. Too often, people place too much focus on themselves and not on others because they are insecure. And have you experienced this? I'm sure you do. You guys, we all have this kind of experience. I know I was very insecure when, as you all know, I'm not a local born English speaking individual, right? I was born and raised in the Philippines. And when I joined the military from Hawaii, I was so insecure because, coming from the Philippines and joining the military, I have no clue what I'm getting into. So I was so insecure that um, that I am very much asking everybody every time I do something. I ask, and I was also embarrassed about not understanding what they're saying because I'm not familiar with the language yet, right? When I first arrived in the States. And so a lot of insecurity, whether can I do my job? Can I understand what they're saying? All this insecurity that got into my head, the fear of failure, the fear of not being able to continue because I might not do the job, right? And so all that created some scenarios in me that didn't go well the first year, because in my mind I'm always watching. I'm always longing for approval from my peers, from my supervisors, and other people, and so it is very difficult, and it is very challenging at that time. But good thing that I was able to learn a lot quickly, and because I have a big dreamer. My dream was to become an officer when I joined, but it was a lot of work, a lot of challenges, a lot of hard work and connecting with people that can help you to do that. So how is that hindering you from connecting with people, being insecure? Like I said, it affected me for a long time. It's not about me. To effectively, Tony Robbins said that to effectively communicate, we must realize we are all different in the way we perceive the world, and use this understanding as a guide to our communication with others. And so that helped me a lot when I was growing up, realize that we can communicate no matter what language. I was assigned in Japan. We communicate hand signal. Where do you go here? Where do you go there? Turn right, turn left, without really talking, but we communicated. So that's where my confidence got built up, because now I realize it's not only me. Communicating, talking with my network, talking with people, my peers. I realize that it's, as long as I understand what their needs are, I can support them, and so that really helps me a lot. So what business are we in? Whatever business we're in, it is important to learn how to really communicate with others and to connect with them. So as you strengthen your communication and connection with others, it will increase your influence as well. So that's how this will help us. Is we communicate well and we connect well, not only that we will develop that communication skills, but we will also influence not only us, but influence a lot of people around us. That's where we can influence our clients, our deals, when they realize that we are true to our words, and that we mean what we say, because we are here to help them. We are here to serve them, because most of the time, that's when we are really very important. When somebody needs help, that's where us be able to help them, because we understand what they're needing. Somebody passed away and they need to get rid of the home, or somebody's sick, they need to get rid of the home. That's where your creativity, our creativity, us real estate investors help our clientele. That's because we understood them. If we understand them, if we know what their needs are, it will be a lot easier for us to find those deals that not only will help them, but will also help us. So there are 3 questions people are asking about you. So in order to connect, you must be focused on connecting with others. This one is the greatest challenge most people face in connecting with others. It's always hard to focus on others. Like what we said, it's all about me. It's pretty natural. Second, you must have the right attitude, but attitude alone is not enough. You must communicate the attitude of selflessness. And I think that's where the key is. When we become selfless and become service, that's when we can connect with others. So how do you do that? So there are 3 questions to ask ourselves with interaction with others. The first one is, do you care for me? Do you care for me? How can you, if the people you're communicating with understand you, care? So, like I said, I have this experience that when I was a young officer, we don't have a lot of money, and we don't have a lot of friends when we move into a new base. My father-in-law passed away unexpectedly, and my neighbor found out what happened, and so without really asking, without really telling us anything, they just gave us money. My wife and I, they told us, here's some money, use it to fly to your home. And that really impacted me and my wife, that a person that really don't know us well, that would do that for us, to us, so that we can be with our families. And that really made a big impact to me. And to this day, that person is still connected with us. Today, we're still communicating. And that was a couple of decades ago. And so that's very important to know that that person, I know that person care about me. Have they not done that to us, we won't be able to, we will be so in debt. But connecting with others by caring about them goes beyond professionalism, beyond your professional. It's about life itself. So whenever you can help people to understand that you genuinely care about them, you open the door to connection, communication, and interaction. So you begin to create a long-lasting relationship. And that's in real estate. I think, Annette, you're doing a real estate license, right? That is where your customers comes in, your referrals. I just bought a house in Alabama, and that person, my realtor, said, "Oh, I'm selling a house in Alabama, and I am the listing agent." And she was also the buying, because she's my realtor. She bought it for me, and then said, "Well, you're making a lot of money for doing that." And she said, "No, because I've been their realtor for a long time, and I don't charge them full, because I sold their grandparents' house and parents' house and now their house." And so it's a long-lasting relationship. And that's where our connection, and communication comes very, very important. Can you help me? It's another question. Are you selling when you are communicating, or are you helping? So if you are selling, again, that's most of the time it takes a long time, right? But if you are helping, like what we are very, very good at, when we know that there's foreclosure coming, we are there to help. It's not selling anymore because we're there to help them out so that they don't get foreclosed on their property. Because once they're foreclosed, guess what? Credit's gonna be bad. You're gonna be there for 10 years. And so with us there helping them, it will avoid that, and that's where we get their help. That's what they can get support from. So when you want to get someone's attention, show them that you really care, and show them that you want to help. And I can't keep repeating JJ's network, because JJ is there to help us. JJ already knows this. JJ has been very experienced in networking and communicating. But this is not for him. This is for us. This is for the Annettes. This is for the Lourdes. This is for the Zachs. This is for the Jeff. This is for Joe, to connect with you guys, to learn from each one, because your experience is different than my experience. You guys are talking about niches. I know I started looking at doing fix and flip and doing wholesaling, but the niche turned around for me. During that COVID, we didn't have any inventory. So I ended up buying land. And so now I built homes, brand new homes, from ground zero and up. And I just sold one. I just sold my first new construction. And so that's the thing that will help us, when you have people that you can communicate with, that you can tell them what your needs are, and you can help, and vice versa. That's what this network is all about. Helping you, helping me, and helping all together so that we can achieve what our goals are. There's plenty of opportunities out there. There's no scarcity here. There's abundance in here. So we don't need to compete. You have your specialty, I have my specialty, and by communicating, we can achieve all our goals. So that's something that I want you to remember, is if you want to get something, and if you want to get someone's attention, show that you really care and help. And then the third question is, can I trust you? Trust is vital to many businesses, just like we talk about. If you trust somebody, you will forget whether you're more expensive than the other ones. But if they trust you, guess where they're going to go? They're going to go to you, because they trust you, because they know that your product is amazing, because the service that you promise is overwhelming. And so the trust that you have developed with your clientele will last a long-lasting relationship. So spend time trying to think from others' perspective and explore what would be important to them. I think that's the key. Always think about the others. We cannot connect with people if we're not willing to get off our agenda. Think about others and try to understand who they are and what they want in order for us to achieve our goals. So if we really want to help people, connecting becomes more natural and less mechanical. So it becomes normal. For JJ, this is like normal, connecting. But for some of us, especially the introverts, it takes a lot of effort when you connect. I ran a 200 people organization, and I'm an introvert. And so at the end of the day, I want to be in my small little space so that I can recharge, and that's what it is. It's very difficult, but if you are an extrovert, it's pretty normal, pretty common. So it goes from being something that you merely do to becoming part of who you really are when you start practicing this, when you start being intentional about this. And if you are willing to learn how to connect, you will be amazed at the doors that will open to you and the people you will be able to work with. So all you have to do is to keep reminding yourself that connecting is all about others. It's all about others. So just a quick application of what we talk about, connecting people at all levels. So how do you connect one-on-one? And here's what it is. How can you connect with people one-on-one? Know what people value by being a good listener when you are with them. Be a good listener. I think Lourdes would know that. She's a social worker. And that's a key important aspect. And I met as a nutritionist. I work in the hospital. I was a hospital commander when I was on active duty. And that's a good listening ear is very important in order for you to understand your clients. And the same thing with real estate. We need to understand their problem, because when we know the problem, it's a lot easier to give the solution and help them solve that problem. So find out what they value and share your own similar values. If you have children, it's always nice to talk about children and how you communicate that and how you connect based on that. Build your relationship on those common values. So if you in the military, especially Zach and me, we are in the military and we can easily connect because we know the language. And the same thing with all of us in real estate, we can easily connect because we know the language of real estate investing. So those are some of the things that will help us increase our ability to connect with others. And how about connecting in a group? To connect with a group, we need to discover and identify the strength of each person. Zach is going to be a chief now, or is a chief now, and he has to learn because chief usually just walk around with coffee cup, drinking coffee, telling people what to do. That's what chiefs do, right, Zach? And so he needs to understand his people. He needs to understand the strengths and weaknesses. Because when you know the strength of your people, you can accomplish a lot more. And you can compensate for the weaknesses. And it's like a puzzle. When you know the weakness, you find that weakness and swap it with a strength. And that's how you connect with group. Acknowledge the value of each person's strength and potential contributions. A lot of millennials and Gen X now, Gen Y now, Gen Z are all computer savvy. They don't do anything, but this is their weapon. They can do a mighty impact using this weapon. So know the strengths and give them and know what their contributions are, and then invite input. Allow the people to lead in their area of strength, and then and then how about the audience? Connecting with an audience. Sometimes speaker fails to connect because they give impression that they and their communications are more important than their audience. I think I've done several of those. Because in the military, you speak to a lot of people. And you just speak and you're done. It's not, you're not really talking to the people. You're just talking about your speech and really not resonating with the people. But when you identify with your audience, it will have a different flavor. you express your appreciation to them. You do something special for them. And you all, you want to see them, your audience, as a 10. It's always a 10. It's good to have high expectations about your audience and tell them how much you enjoy them. And so those are some of the things that I've learned speaking to our audience, is to become conversing with them instead of talking to them. I think that's the most important part, is to converse with them. So finally, it is very important, like I said, when you connect with others, you position yourself to make the most of your skills and talents. And if you know what others' needs, wants, and goals, it would be a lot easier to connect with them. And when you connect with them and you value them and you add value to them, that's when long-lasting relationship happens. So connecting is all about others.
Fantastic, Joel. That was great. That was excellent. We're coming up on the holidays, the end of the year, starting a fresh year, and there's nothing more important in making that happen. Not just the end of a good year, but the start of a new year, than building your relationships, because that's the foundation for building your business. And as you present yourself on the right foot, as you show people who you are from the inside out, your heart, your character, what you're made of, that's what people are going to resonate with. And that comes with proper communication. So Joel, you nailed it, brother. you completely nailed it. Couldn't have asked for a better presentation to wrap up the year. Everybody hang on. We're about to jump into breakout rooms and do some networking, and we'll follow that up with a Q&A with Joel. But for now,
JJ, let me just thank the team, the family, for listening, and I hope you guys have a great Christmas and holiday season, and hope for a great year this 2022.
Fantastic, Joel. Thank you so much. And everybody hang out. Some of you are going to get a chance to be in a breakout room with Joel. So hang on, everybody else. We got Samir Gurgis coming up for New Year's Day and Christmas Day. And we kick off the new year with Brooks O'Hearn as our speaker for the beginning of 2021-22, January 8th. Everybody else, we'll see you soon. Over and out.